Hello, viewers. Allow me to say that if love is a food, some people will automatically consider it as their favorite meal. But some others will never wish to eat even in the restaurant where it is served. Because every day, thousands of people celebrate marriage over the world. But at the same time, some couples are at a point of breakdown for this lovely link that binds them together. So this leads us to our topic for today, divorce. So once again, welcome to our program, Daily Trend on New World TV, Francophone edition. As I said it before, divorce, dictionary, document, books, or each one has his own definition concerning what is a divorce. But to me particularly, when I'm asked to give the definition of a divorce, for example, I would say that divorce is the fact that two people who said yes to each other in the past to stay together as a couple now decide to be separated. To live separately. That gives the right to each of them to get married with another person. So,
in my point of view, divorce is a legal dissolution of marriage. It is the fact that a married couple decide to not live together anymore, and then they decide to sign a paper. Mm-hmm. They sign the paper, and that paper allow them to get married again.
For me also, I can say divorce is a legal decree that ends marriage before the death of either spouse. Like Pig said, it's when a husband and a wife decide not to live together anymore, and they have agreed to sign legal paper.
Yeah. That gives the right them to get married with another person.
Yes, if they want.
If they want, of course. Okay, if I do understand very well the definition that each of you provide to, a divorce is like you are based on a legal divorce. But let me say that it's not all the time that people who get married, go through the law. For example, there are some people who get married just maybe they meet in a restaurant or they meet somewhere. They say, oh, you're so beautiful, I want you to become my wife, and they get married. But from one day to the other, they also can decide not to stay together.
Yes.
So how do you call this kind of, or is it not a divorce?
Yes, it's a divorce. A divorce is not necessary. If you want to divorce, it's not necessary in front of law. It depends on how you get married to each other.
In our society, many people are married illegally. It's not legally married. It's not in the front of law. It's in our family.
Yeah.
Some the pastor bless some
at church.
Not only the pastor, but also there are some marriage that occur just in the front of the family.
Yes.
Like that's called by the traditional
friends.
So if you are married in your family, for divorce, you need just to divorce to separate. But if you are legally married, you need to have a process, legal process that ends this marriage.
Okay.
One thing I have been taught is that once a man and a woman are having sexual intercourse, whether they are married or not, in spiritual world, they are husband and wife. They are in couple. So if one day they get separated, they are living together. I said they are living together. So if one day they want to get separated, it's a divorce.
Okay, but particularly I can say that you jump into the spiritual case, if I can say so. Okay, now what I have to remind is that, for example, a man or a woman cannot wake up one day and say that you're no more my wife. I'm tired of you, of course, or I don't want to be together with you again. It means that,
one thing we need to know also is there's a big difference between divorce and annulment of marriage and the legal separation.
Of course.
The legal separation is when the two persons, the husband and the wife, decided to live separately for a period of time. Maybe there is some problem. They want to get separated for a while to find solution.
So it means that they can be separated, but from one day to the other, they can come together again as a couple.
That's a legal separation.
Legal
or trial separation.
I'm sorry.
We have annulment also. Annulment is what they marry. You have a problem. Let's take this example. If you are married before and you don't divorce and you get married again, this marriage, the new marriage, can be annulled. It is not real. Real.
Yes.
Or if you one partner is forced to get this marriage, and one day they decide that I'm not conscious, I don't think
of getting married with this particular person.
It can annul this marriage again.
But the other thing that I know that can annul a marriage is the fact that sometimes maybe I'm living in the USA.
Yeah.
And maybe Yvette also is living in the USA.
Yes.
Okay, and I don't know that we are cousins. But it happens that we met in the United States.
You never met before.
Yeah, we never met before we
But
reached
you
there.
are family.
But we are family, and unfortunately, we get married. Now, one day we decide to come back in the country, and then when we reach home, that you discover your family, I discover my family, that are the same family. So it means that I get married with my own cousin. But in this particular case, I think that if we do agree, if you accept and I accept, that one also can lead to the annulment of a marriage.
Yeah, you can annul the marriage.
You can annul that marriage too. But the main point that you have to note out is that divorce is the fact that when two people, they get married legally, as we said it, or in the front of the family, but now they decided to live together. I mean, separately, that will give the right to the other to get married.
Divorce is the end of a marriage.
It's the end of the marriage.
Exactly.
It's
the
end
marriage.
Yeah. It means that they cannot come back together again and on. Now, but as I've been saying it before, you cannot wake up one day and ask for divorce. It means that something is happening, something is the base of your current decision.
The causes of divorce.
The causes of your divorce.
Exactly.
Yeah. So what can it be? Some of these causes that can lead somebody to ask for divorce.
Infidelity.
Yes. The most common one.
The most frequent causes of divorce.
And I'm so sorry that when most of the time they talk about infidelity, you women, you think that's only men are the cause of this infidelity.
It is obvious.
Oh, no.
Most of the time, these men who commit the infidelity.
I don't know why, but most of the time the men are unfaithful. It is in our society, in our reality. Yeah. You don't need to think about it.
Are you talking about the ancient society or the nowadays society?
Nowadays society.
Okay.
So infidelity can stray the relationship and lead the marriage to end.
But I'm sure. I am a man, not that I'm defending men, excuse me, but I'm sure that, for example, if you say that a man is unfaithful to his wife, it means that surely something is happening in the house. Maybe the man is looking for something from the woman that he is not getting. Or maybe the man is willing something from the woman, but the woman is not doing.
Mr. Marcial,
yes.
Infidelity is wrong.
It's a bad thing.
I do understand.
Don't need to have the reason.
No matter the argument you give, you are in fault. If you commit infidelity, you are in fault because you are committed, you are engaged in this marriage. Mm-hmm. So if there are some problems, some difficulty, you need to
get the solution.
To tell your partner there are some problems. I'm expecting from this and I don't see it. Mm-hmm. So how can we find solution? But if you leave this like that and go sleep with another woman, you are in fault, Mr. Marcial. No matter the argument.
Infidelity leave the other person feeling devastated, depressed. I
don't refuse. For example, we know that the base matter of marriage is sexual intercourse. Okay. Yeah. Now, if the woman refuses, for example, to do this one with, for example, her husband, the husband has to look for. Somewhere else.
Why the woman can refuse to have sexual intercourse with her husband?
What is possible? It happens in couple. You won't tell me that this one never happened.
It means that there are some problem because she know that I'm married and I need to. It is
your obligation.
My obligation to have.
Everything needs to be discussed. It's not every time that your partner will be available for sex.
Yes, it's not
every
moment. But if there are some problem, you can say have a marital counselor, advice person, and I don't know, older person, and tell them we have this problem. We have to call my wife, and how can we resolve this problem?
So if I do understand that, it means that we must go through communication.
Yeah. Yes.
The lack of
It
communication
is the second cause of infidelity.
the second big
divorce.
cause of divorce. The lack of communication. Oh, how can you live with your wife without communication?
No, but sometimes you have to understand. You have to understand that.
Oh, no,
Maybe when you come back, excuse me, when you come back sometime from service, excuse me, you are tired. And it's not, and I used to take the example of teachers, who most of the time they used to go to school and they come back, they used to go to school, they come back. They are very tired, of course, you understand me.
Yes.
So maybe he goes to school in the morning, he come back in the afternoon, and also in the afternoon he goes and he come back in the evening. Maybe in the evening, he may go and teach to some students at home and come back at night. So in this particular, he doesn't have time to communicate with whoever or with his wife, I think so.
Even animals do communicate. Why human beings, who are supposed to live together, to live the rest of their life together, can live together peacefully without communication?
There are no
It is
relationships
not possible.
without communication.
Communication is the foundation of a strong marriage.
Mr.
It's the most important
Let
aspect of a satisfying marriage. If you want your relationship to work, you need to communicate, to share everything with your partner.
Let's take your example.
Yeah.
If you are a teacher and you are tired, when you come back from work, you are tired. It's not every day you will be tired and you not.
But the teacher is going to school every day.
No,
So every day when you come back, you are tired.
You are tired.
Oh,
Okay, this is possible. It's not possible.
This one is just one example that I take that communication, yes, I do accept that if you want a couple to be there so that nobody may understand you, you must go through communication. But I hope that it's not all the time that you will talk, because sometimes your partner also, I think, in my viewpoint, that your partner also must understand you, especially if you are tired.
Yes.
You must understand this.
Communication is not only talk expression. It's our behavior, our face, our attitude,
or just
our sign. If I'm sick or I'm happy, you will know. My face is you know that. Oh, today peace is happy.
Peace is happy or is not happy.
It's not happy.
If you don't communicate, how your partner will know you like this, you don't like this?
That's perfect.
You need to tell him or her.
That's perfect.
And what do you call it, sir? Shirley Sommerfeldt, he's a clinical psychologist who specializes in relationship. He said in order to have an honest and open and vulnerable relationship with our partners, we must be able to free communicate and to free communicate in a healthy manner. Not just communication, but in healthy manner.
Okay, so it means that you have to be free once you want to communicate with your partner.
You need to share everything with your partner.
Okay.
So, lovely viewers, before we continue with the second segment, let's go for the break. We will come after this. Welcome back from the break. We were talking about divorce, and we have dealt with the causes of divorce, and the main points that have been made are infidelity, lack of communication, lack of intimacy, and now we are going to deal with the effects and suggest some solution.
But I want to remind something that we didn't mention in the causes of marriage is the respect. We must respect our partner. We must not talk to because we say communication, but we must also know how to communicate. You must not talk to your partner anyhow, anywhere, and however you want it. Okay, this one is
There are many causes of divorce. If you want to say it all, we can't finish.
We cannot finish.
So let's move.
There are financial problems
and all those things. Now, what the main problem that is happening to the children? I mean that the divorce has a consequence,
the effect
especially
on the children.
Exactly, especially on the children. But I hope that
children are more affected by the divorce of their parents. Children they were disoriented. They don't know which side to choose.
Exactly.
If they will keep with they will rest with
their
parents or mother or daddy.
Yeah.
There are the children have many problems, educational problems, psychological problems.
I have to give one example. I have an opportunity to be a teacher. And the most of the time when you get into the classroom, you see that there are some students, when they come into the classroom, they are very quiet. They are very, very quiet, yes. Okay? Now, when you have the opportunity to get closer to them, and if you ask them what exactly is happening to them, is there you will discover that maybe when he wakes up that day, one, he does not eat, and then he does not take money for breakfast. Then when you ask about his father and his mother, then he will say, I have seen my mother for some years ago.
Oh.
Yeah. I have seen my father for some years ago, which is totally clear that and the father and the mother are no more together. Okay? So directly, I can say that even at school, the separation of a parent is having an effect on children because they cannot be concentrated and follow the class very well as it can be. Do you see? So I'm saying that this one is having much effect on children most of the time when the parents are separated.
If you see the delinquency,
exactly,
it can be the causes of delinquencies.
Yes.
Because for having a good education, you need to have your parents, your father and your mother
together,
and then they give you a good education. But if they are not together and they are fighting, they are you know that if the parent divorce, they fight against to know who is the fault. I mean, who is the fault? Who is the fault?
Who is going to keep the
children? Okay,
yes.
Okay, yeah, yes.
So his environment is violence. The children will think that it is normal. It's divorce of their parent is causes of another divorce and divorce.
The children love the trust in marriage and family unity. Sometimes they have behavioral problems. If we remark or we notice that children from an intact family are different from children from broken house.
Exactly. And also, we must note that, for example, in the front of children, when maybe the father beats the mother before the divorce occurs, soon or later, when that child also will grow up and get married, he also repeats the same thing.
Like father, like son.
Like father, like
not all the time.
Yes, it's not all the time, but children learn from their parents. Okay, so for some children, beating a woman or beating their friends is not a problem for them because that is what they undergo all the time at home. But I hope that not only on the children, but also on the partners.
Marriage is not a joke; it's a life commitment. So if let's take this example: if you are married during 10 years and 20 years, and one day you are divorced. Imagine they will not be easy for you.
Exactly. Going through divorce can be extremely traumatic for the person involved. They undergo depression, a decreased stress, lower life satisfaction, and so on.
And I was in a group. Whereby we debated on some topic that was about prostitution. That way, we wanted to know what leads most of the time women for that kind of work that is not welcome in many societies. And there was a witness that a woman said that she becomes prostitute due to 3 times after undergoing 4 different divorces. That he does not believe again that when she gets married to a man, he can stay in a couple. Then she
consider all the men like
the same. So she prefer better going through like a prostitution, like being in a couple once again.
And men most of the time become drunk.
Yes,
let me say this also. Divorce processes of divorce is long. It's too long. It can take 6 months or 1 year. And if you legally, if you want to divorce, you need to separate your money.
Your marital asset.
Marital asset. So it is it is the consequences of
It is if you get married, it's not an easy matter because it requires a long process.
Yes.
But in the case that it will be an annulment, this one I hope that is shorter than the process of getting married. It's shorter
this
than
one.
this
The
one.
marriage didn't happen even.
Yes, no. I hope that we can suggest some solution if ever we decide not. Or if we can say something about what we should normally do in order to stand or in order to reduce. The percent of a divorce. I hope that we can suggest something like me. I would say that we get married sometime because we are undergoing family pressure.
Yes.
Like I'm 30, I'm 35, I'm working, I get money, I have my own car. Why not to get married? The fact of undergoing the family pressure, I thought that we have to get ready ourselves before. If you really want to get a marriage in which we want to get to be happy all the time, we must get ready by ourselves before we undergo a marriage.
Yes, because some people get into marriage just because of interest.
Yeah.
Especially ladies. Or maybe they need someone
not only ladies.
Yes, but most of the time it's ladies. Maybe just they want someone to support them financially, to take care of them. You see? So they are not prepared for marriage. Don't have any education of marriage. They just jump into marriage like that. And one day they want to get divorced.
Our friend who go to Europe, for example,
of course.
When they go to Europe, and you know that if you are let's take which country, France.
USA, why not?
USA. If you need to have a paper, passport, a paper before working at the country, in the country. So for having a paper, they get married with a USA woman, something like that. So after they realize that
this is not the normal marriage that they want to make.
It is also the causes of.
But in this case, we cannot avoid this one. You cannot avoid this one because if, for example, I want to go to United States and I don't have papers, but I need to go there because I know dollar. Please, we are talking about dollar. We are talking about dollar. But if it's just to celebrate marriage with somebody and reach to United States, I hope that is not a problem.
Okay.
This is not a problem for me. Do you think that is a problem?
Yeah, it is a problem because marriage is not for interest. It's
marriage
life
is not an amusement.
It's life. Yes.
Yeah.
You don't get married with anybody for having money. It's not possible.
But I have something to say, especially, and this one is not that I'm standing against women, but please, there are some women. I have, the proof of what I'm saying.
Okay, go.
There are some women.
Listening. Okay.
You are actually here, so
excuse me. They really, really don't take care of themselves at all.
How?
The head is somehow, and I believe on what I'm saying. I say I have the proof. There are some women when they
give money.
Excuse me, let me finish. There are some women when they wake up in the morning, from morning till the evening, they don't take bath. They don't do it. And if your wife, your husband, for example, doesn't like this kind of life,
it's very simple. I think the husband must talk to her, must teach her.
Yeah, I do accept. But if he does, and the woman, please, because I have a place, I don't want to call the name of the area, neither the name of the house. All the time when I go there, you will see the plate in which they eat. Just in the front of the gate, their clothes somewhere, the children are naked, the woman herself sit down somewhere shouting, and all the disorder in the house, for example.
It's not good.
It's not good. So this one we must, women, excuse me, you are our mothers or you are the mothers of the country or all the family or the human being. This is very good to you that you may take a good care of yourself. This one will let your husband to love you much.
Okay. For another solution, honor and respect your partner.
Yeah.
The respect is very important in any relationship, especially in a couple. know what you want to say, how say it, and where say it.
Exactly.
For not hurt your partner.
Exactly.
You don't. I think that is okay with me.
Yeah.
Also, forgive quickly your partner.
Yes.
Exactly.
Forgiveness is very important in a couple.
There will be there is always, I don't know how to say it, but if you are together, there will be always a problem. So you need to manage yourself.
You need to find a way to find solution quickly.
And forgive and forget also.
Yeah.
There is something that is very pertinent that you don't say. When you are in your relationship as a boyfriend and a girlfriend, you usually go out in the weekend, like in the beach, go and take a burger or pizza or shawarma somewhere. But once you get into the couple, this one is like it becomes a barrier.
Now we have a problem,
please.
We have financial problem.
No, I think that as a solution, at least once after 3 months, it will be good for the family to go out.
Yes.
Okay, and change their air condition and come back home.
If it's possible to
do it.
to give the children to her grandmother, I don't know. And
of course. Okay.
Most of them
and
also
have them for
themselves. Yeah.
Most of them also, husband never compliment their wife and
each other.
Vice versa.
Yeah.
They never compliment each other. So compliment your partner both in private and in front of people. That will make him or her feel good, important.
Simply be romantic.
Say I love you every day.
Please, parent. Daddy just said to mommy, you are beautiful today, and then she will smile, and that's all. But in the matter of communication, I talk to women, but now I want to talk to men too. That is very important for me. Please, men, please, daddies, don't shout on your wives. Because I usually
especially
get
in front of the children.
Exactly. I usually get into some house whereby the man just call out the name of the woman, like if the woman is a part of one of his children. Call the name of the woman out. Like if I say, for example, Afi, he say, Afi, Afi. That one is not good. So it does not give any respect to the woman in the front of their children.
Also, it will be better if from time to time the couple go to visit the marriage counselor or their spiritual father, a
psychological
you need to have an older person
that lead your marriage.
That advise you
every time.
And
so what I would say, just like going, it is very important that if you want to get married, we must believe in our position. We must believe that we are able. We must believe that we can support.
It's a matter for responsibility.
Maturity.
Yeah, we forget something, or I forget something, I will say. Most of the time, we know that men are those who are called to take care of the family. Like, the mother is called to protect the family. I don't know how to say.
To take care of the house.
Of the house and all those things. But it's not all the time that man has money to cover all the needs. So I think that women also must be there to help the men by the time that they don't have the.
Nowadays, women are working, men are working. So it will be better if they discuss and share the responsibility. Yeah. The man knows he's the one who is going to pay the electricity. The woman knows she's the one going to pay for the water. So if you discuss and share responsibility, everyone knows his place. And there will be no problem there.
Financial
money is the root of all problems.
Yes. So share the responsibility of everyone, and then there will not be a problem.
I know a man. If he know that his wife has money, he never give money at all.
Please, excuse me. There's a different type of man. Because I was shocked to hear a story that a man and woman, they're the couple. The woman built a house, and the man doesn't know. You see, this one is doing something under. Your partner.
If you are in a couple, you are a team, like a team.
Exactly.
You become one flesh, like the Bible says.
That's great.
You need to do everything together.
So, as I've said, as I was saying it, if you want to get married, you have to get well prepared. well prepared. You don't have to go undergo a pressure, family pressure, or because I'm old, I'm working again, that's why I want to get married. No, we have to get well prepared and know what are the consequences of marriage and get ready to go and welcome it for the good of our family.
Okay, we all know this famous saying, marriage is for better or worse. So if you are in couple and there are some difficulties, try to find solution. Divorce is not the best way. Mm-hmm. So thank you for watching the Daily Trend Francophone edition on New World TV Info English. Our social media handles are YouTube, New World TV, the Daily Trend playlist, Facebook, the Daily Trend at the Daily Trend TV. Note that the same program is repeated on Sunday at 12:50.
Yeah.
Thank you and see you next time. Bye bye.